Morning, everybody. I'm going to call the meeting to order. Thank you for being here. If you'd please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for being here. We recognize tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and everybody's at the courthouse is still here working hard. So first agenda item is our consent agenda. We have numerous just routine items on the consent agenda, and I would move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
I have a motion, a second. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, I'll call the question. Commissioner Boyce?
Aye.
Commissioner Kress?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, and the motion passes. Agenda item number 2 is citizens' questions and comments. Anybody online today?
Nobody online.
Anybody in the room would like to come forward? I'll rush all up at once. Seeing none, we'll move to agenda item number 3. And we are fortunate today, this is a district attorney item. We have Douglas County's district attorney, longtime excellent district attorney, Rick Wiesenberg here today.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Commissioners. This is an approval of a granting of VOCA and CFA funds to fund our crime victims program in the DA's office. And we're late, and the reason we're late is because the state of Oregon and the powers that be in Salem did not want to agree to the conditions. This is passed through federal money. They didn't want to agree to the conditions that the federal government was asking. And so around Oregon, in several counties, this precipitated crisis. There were layoffs and furloughs, and these funds are solely devoted to providing services to victims of crime in your community and so so all around the state there was it's been a huge matter of concern, and and frankly crime victim services were disrupted. But not in Douglas County. In Douglas County, when this became an issue and it became apparent that that these monies were not coming, this Board of Commissioners and Chair Freeman, both Commissioner Boyce and Commissioner Kress, working with their financial guru, Dan Wilson, found a way to make sure that the monies continued to flow to the DA's office, the Douglas County DA's office Crime Victims Assistance Program. So there was no interruption in service in Douglas County, and that is because of this Board of Commissioners and also Mr. Wilson. So from the perspective of the DA and also from the perspective of the community, I wanted to say thank you to this board for making sure that at least Douglas County crime victims were attended to and taken care of.
Move to approve the grant agreement.
I'll second.
A motion and a second. Got a couple comments. Well, first, Mr. District Attorney, thank you for coming today and presenting this. And I know how tough your job and the people that work with you in your office is every single day. The state of Oregon fighting with the federal government certainly doesn't make it easier. When this was brought to us, I think largely because of our style of government, where the commissioners literally are here being administrators every day, we know programs throughout all the departments and what they do and the importance of them. So I think it was not all that hard of a decision, to have the finance director to work with you to make sure the funding was within, your current budget. Part of that's because you have vacancies and the money was there. But part of that is we understand the importance of it. So we wanted to make sure, and we're hopeful that they were gonna get this ironed out, and obviously they did. So this fund's back to where when we started. So I appreciate your work on this, and I don't know if everybody knows exactly what these particular staff members do for victims of crime, but it's darn important.
I've gotten to work with a few of them and they've been excellent to work with and very attentive to details and it's been great.
Thank you. I'll pass that on.
We have a motion and a second. Any further questions or comments? Seeing none, I'll call the question. Commissioner Boyce?
Aye.
Commissioner Kress?
Aye.
Chair votes aye and the motion passes.
Thank you,
Thank
gentlemen.
you. Agenda item number 4 is a human resource item, and I'll invite up Michael Kurtz, our Human Resource Director and Union Bargain Negotiator.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here to recommend that the board ratify a 2-year collective bargaining agreement retroactive to July 1st, 2025, expiring June 30th, 2027 with the Douglas County Sheriff's Sergeants Association. This agreement includes an annual cost of living allowance of 3% in the first year and a 2% COLA in the second year of the contract. This is a new bargaining unit, so if ratified by the board, this would be the initial contract with this labor union. The terms and conditions of this agreement have been reviewed by the Sheriff's Office, the Management and Finance Department, and the Human Resource Department, and has been ratified by the Sergeants Association's membership. And as a side note, if approved, this will be the 5th and final collective bargaining agreement negotiated this year.
Move to approve the collective bargaining agreement.
I'll second that.
A motion and a second. Couple comments. So first, that's 5 out of 6. That's not bad. It's a pretty good year. This uniquely has a retro in it. We don't normally do retroactive negotiations and settlements. That's largely because this is a new unit and the bargaining started late. So appreciate the work that you did on this. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, I'll call the question. Commissioner Boyce?
Aye.
Commissioner Kress?
Aye.
Chair votes aye and the motion passes.
Thank
Thank you. Agenda item number 5 is the Land Department. I'll invite up Mark Wall.
Good morning, Commissioners. Mark Wall on behalf of the Land Department. Before you have a contract between Douglas County and Scott Timber Company for the Norton Creek number 317 timber sale. We've received a performance bond in the amount of $350,000 and a deposit of $120,000. Project must be completed by September 30th, 2027. Sale consists of 3.2 million board feet of merchantable timber. Scott Timber was the high bidder, bid of $517.39 per thousand.
The contract.
I'll second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Any idea when they might start this?
There's road building included in the contract. Current plans are to build road next summer and start fall of 26, winter of 27. I expect it'll all be done by the spring of 27.
Perfect.
Including the BLM timber sale that's associated with it.
Great.
So, one quick comment. When you're comparing this bid price to, other prices that you may see in the market, you have to understand, initially when I saw this bid, I was a little disappointed. But after I went through the job again with Mark and understand that the bid price is reflective of their cost to build roads and access the wood and get it out and all of that, it actually is pretty favorable. So I was pretty excited about it once I dug in a little deeper.
Well, thank you for taking the time to dig into that. It's interesting about timber sales. There's if a site has been harvested before and the roads have been maintained and it's ready to be harvested again, the access and stuff, of course, the timber's worth more money. It's kind of the first time you build roads in, or if you pull roads back out after you log it, the cost to log goes way up. That's something we argue with the BLM managing the ONC all the time. They have this tendency to obliterate roads and then use our timber receipt to build the new roads back that they also spent our timber receipts to destroy. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And honestly, that price right now, most of the ONC sales aren't even close to that because of all the restrictions and regulations that the BLM puts on the sales. So
I would just add that the road building includes rocking, so we're setting ourselves up for the next entry.
right, that's the point I'm trying to, and they won't tear it out when they get done. which is one of the most frustrating things ever, to watch the federal government tear out infrastructure that the taxpayers spent to put in and then they're spending more taxpayer money to tear it out. And then we have another either timber sale or a fire where we need to access the area, and then they gotta spend taxpayer money to put the road back in. It's mind numbing to watch.
Like you said, the key word is infrastructure.
Yeah.
We're setting ourselves up for success in the future by putting in the road system we need, not just for now, but for the future to ourselves.
Next, for 40 or 50 years and for the next harvest, yep, thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, I'll call the question. Commissioner Boyce?
Aye.
Commissioner Kress?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, and the motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Agenda item number 6 is a Public Works item, and I see
I'll take it.
we're gonna have Commissioner Kress do this one.
Today, we're gonna entertain a contract number 3002791, and it's between Douglas County and ComSurf Pro. It's to provide miscellaneous road maintenance on an on-call basis, and what they do is they provided this summer a bunch of, as a first time for us, some crack sealing work. They did an excellent job. Came in way underneath what our engineer's estimate is, and we wanna continue to do that work. And so we put an on-call contract because, as you know, that stuff tends to happen overnight. We get those cracks. So the new contract's gonna have an expiration date of 11/24/26, and I would move to approve the contract.
I'll second.
Motion second. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, I'll call the question. Commissioner Boyce?
Aye.
Commissioner Kress?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, and the motion passes. Agenda item number 7 is commissioner comments. Commissioner Boyce?
Yeah, it just was mentioned a little bit earlier that I was on the radio this morning on the morning conversation with Kyle Bailey, and the subject matter was Reese Across America. So that's coming fast. It's turned into quite the community event. Just want to put it on people's radar. The date is December 13th this year, time 1 p.m. Bus locations will be the same as last year. So you can catch a shuttle bus at the high school, the fairgrounds, or out at the West Harvard Shopping Center parking lot. They start running at 11 o'clock. All the wreaths are covered again. The main push right now is for volunteers to sign up. So wreathsacrossamerica.org. Push the button that says volunteer and make sure you sign up so we have an idea of how many people to expect.
Is that a national website where you look for the Roseburg VA Cemetery site to sign up for?
Yep, you go to the.
Not you'll be driving somewhere to do it somewhere else?
Yep, just put in your zip code and it'll get you all fixed up. So it's a great event. We look forward to it every year. It's coming fast this year and we appreciate everybody's help. Sponsorship books from last year are done. We gotta pick those up, I think, today. We'll hand those out at the proclamation next week. It's all happening. It's all coming together.
A lot of work for you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. It's nothing for me to do.
So first, thank you and the rest of the committee. I know you've got folks that are helping and working with you, but you're the sort of the tip of the spear there, and I know how hard you work on raising the money and getting everything put together. It is a monumental task. You tend to go out right after the event and raise the money because they do a special purchase the first 30 days after the event, so it makes sense to do that. However, it's right on the tail of doing all the work to have the event. So it gets really busy for a couple months, and I know how hard you work on it. So, and including the Veterans Day Parade, having the float to bring awareness to what that event's all about. So I got a couple other things. Yesterday, we had a chance to participate in the beginning of what is a canned food drive that will actually happen this Friday out at the ranch that the folks have out in Looking Glass. They're gonna have an off-road sort of open day, but as part of that, to go, they're asking people to bring canned food. So it's a canned food drive that helps food pantries around the county, including one that we're specifically helping with down in Glendale. Yesterday, we went collectively between, I'll get all the names right, I think. So Representative Osborne, Virgil Osborne, sort of the leader of the event, but Representative Alex Gallardo, Representative Boyce, Senator David Brock Smith, the three commissioners and Twin Peaks Off-Road, along with the 4-Wheel Drive Club, yesterday purchased just over $2,000 worth of food and have it all staged as the start of the food drive. So even before anybody goes through the gate at Champagne Creek Ranch on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, we start with $2,000 worth of food, which we weren't sure we were gonna get in my little army trailer, but we did, and it's heavy. Canned food's heavy, so we're starting with a good, from a good spot, a good foundation, and we're looking forward to seeing how much more we'll get Friday. And that'll get delivered to the food banks shortly after that. And then I also wanted to announce this Sunday, November 30th at 6 p.m., right out here in front of the courthouse, we're doing our annual tree lighting here in Roseburg and the Douglas County Courthouse. We are fortunate this year, Commissioner Kress is back on the schedule to read the story for us. You do an excellent job with that. And this year, we're also fortunate in that all three of the county commissioners, our grandkids are collectively gonna flip the switch. We all three, over just the last 4 or 5 years, have gotten a grandkid game. So we're all pretty excited about that. So we welcome everybody to come. The church across the street, again, is having the nativity scene. There'll be hot cocoa and cookies. We're sponsoring that. The ladies from the, help me with the group that's handing out the cookies and stuff.
Oh, Miss Douglas.
Miss Douglas County are helping hand out the cookies and candy and hot cocoa. We're gonna have some folks to do some singing. Roseburg Fire is gonna bring in Santa, and we'll get the tree in the front of the courthouse turned on. I know our staff here at the courthouse have been working hard to get everything decorated, and it always looks beautiful. So Tamara and her team have worked hard to get this put together again. I know Sean is gonna make sure the PA system's working right and all those things that are